Hello my dear students, good morning to you all and welcome back to the 9th standard social classes. My dear student, in the last class or in the previous class, we came across some important aspects of the lesson, that is medieval India and political transition. See, in that chapter we have studied many aspects like some small dynasties of Rajputs. See, at the final, in the last class, we came across one of the small dynasties of Rajputs, that is Chauhanas. In that class, we have discussed two important wars which took place, a very important place in Indian history, which are the Tarain War first and Tarain War second. These two wars took place at Tarain. The first Tarain War took place on 1191. In that war, Muhammad Ghori defeated by Prithviraj Chauhan. See, in the very next year, it means 1192. In this year, again Prithviraj Chauhan was defeated by Muhammad Ghori. So since the Ghor dynasty started to establish in India, see, after that, in the year of 1206, we came to know that the establishment of Delhi Sultans or Delhi Sultanates. See, all these small dynasties, especially Chauhanas dynasties, came under one of the parts of Delhi Sultan in the year 1192. See, in this time we could see the second Tarain War. The second Tarain War had happened in this year. See, after this war, we could not see any proper kings or emperors to control these Ghor dynasties and the invention of foreign invaders. So that is why these foreign invaders took a simple way to establishment of their dynasties in India. See, this is very important time in Indian history. Dear students, these were the points what we discussed in the earlier classes. I hope that all of you understood the last class very well. Got it? Now, let us see in this class what is the contribution of these dynasties to the literature field. Let us see the contribution of these dynasties, Rajput dynasties, to especially art, architecture and literature. Let us see the first, the contribution of Rajput dynasties. Rajput dynasties to the field literature. So let us see what is the contribution of literature field. Okay, let us see. See, these Rajput dynasties had given ample scope to the literature. Not only literature, but also they had given more scope to art and architecture. Dear students, let us see one by one. First thing is the literature, how literature was flourished in these Rajput dynasties. The first thing is the kings like Bhoja, Munja have written various literary works. Who are they? Yes, Bhoja and Munja. Bhoja and Munja, these two kings were not only kings or warriors but also the great writers. They have given contributes to the literature. King Munja had poets in his kingdom. King Munja had many poets in kingdom. That is Padmagupta and Halayuda in his court. See, Munja had patronized many scholars in his kingdom like Padmagupta and Halayuda. Padmagupta and Halayuda. These two scholars took patronize of Munja. Got it? And then King Bhoja had extended his royal patronage to Jain scholars. See, King Bhoja was also the kings who patronized many scholars in his court. See, in his court, in Bhoja's court, we could see the scholars from Jain religion, which are Shanti Sena, Prabhuchandra Suri and Ganapala. These three Jain scholars took patronize in the court of Bhoja. See, dear student, when we observe all these things, we could say that especially Gurjar, all these Rajput dynasties had given more scope to the flourish of literature in their time. But and then, so this is actually, we can say that the patronage of literature in their time. Dear students, these Rajputs gave more scope to the flourishment of literature in their time. So since Bhoja and Munja, they patronized many scholars in their court. These scholars, irrespective of any religion, all the scholars, they have given their own literary works to the literature. Let us see how they give their own contribution to the literary world. See, first thing is, dear students, see, Jayadeva's Gita Govinda. What is that? Gita Govinda. Gita Govinda. Gita Govinda written by Jayadevas. And then Bharavi's Kiratarjuneya. Next thing is Kiratarjuneya. Kiratarjuneya from Bharavis. And then Bhartaruharis. Bhartaruhari is also one of the poets in that court. He wrote Ravana Vadha. What he wrote? Ravana Vadha. He wrote Ravana Vadha. Bhartaruhari. And then Mahendrapada. Mahendrapada, he was also a poet. He wrote Kavya Mimamsi. What he wrote? Kavya Mimamsi. Kavya Mimamsi. Kavya Mimamsi. Who wrote this? Mahendrapada. Very good. Then Rajashekara's Bala Ramayana. Rajashekara wrote Bala Ramayana. Bala Ramayana. Bala Ramayana, and it is Rajashekara's work. What is Bala Ramayana? And then next thing is what? Karpura Manjari. Karpura Manjari. These two literary works were written by Rajashekara, one of the poets who took patronized by Bhoja and Munja, especially Rajput dynasties. And then Bhavabhuti, one of the famous poets in that court, Bhavabhutis. The work of Bhavabhuti was Mahavira Charita. What is that? Mahavira Charita. Mahavira Charita. And one more thing is Mahavira Charita and Uttara Rama Charita. What is that? Uttara Rama Charita. Uttara Rama Charita. These were the works of who? Yes, Bhavabhuti. And then Kallana. Well, he is also one of the famous writer and poets in the court. Kallana's Raja Tarangini. Very good. Raja Tarangini. Raja Tarangini is written by, who wrote this Raja Tarangini? Kallana. Very good. Famous poet. And then Jayanikas. Jayanika was also written many poems. That is Jayanikas Prithviraja Vijaya. Prithviraja Vijaya. Prithviraja Vijaya written by Jayanika. And then Hemachandra. Hemachandra, he is also one of the scholar who took place in the court of Raja Bhoja and Munja. This Hemachandra was belonged to Jain scholar. Got it? Jainism. He wrote Kumarapala Charita. What he wrote? Kumarapala Charita. Kumarapala Charita. Kumarapala Charita. Written by, yes, Hemachandra. Then Prithviraja Rasu. It is very, very important literary work. Prithviraja Rasu, written by Chand Bardai. Chand Bardai was also one of the famous poets in the court. He wrote Prithviraja Rasu. See, Prithviraja Rasu is written by who? Yes, Chand Bardai. So dear students, these were the important literary works and literary contribution made by various scholars who patronized in the court of Rajput dynasties, especially Bhoja and Munja. These Bhoja and Munja, who were famous kings in Rajput dynasties, they helped many scholars to express their thoughts through the literature. So for this reason, many literary work came into existence. Let me repeat once again, dear students. Here, yes, Gita Govinda. These are the literary work what I am going to say now. Gita Govinda and Kiratarjuneya, Ravana Vadha, Kavya Mimamse, and then Bala Ramayana and Karpura Manjari, then Mahavira Charita and Uttara Lava Charita, Raja Tarangini, Prithviraja Vijaya, then Kumarapala Charita, and then last one is Prithviraja Rasu, written by Chand Bardai. Dear students, I hope that you also written all these literary works and their writers, and any one of these will ask for your examination. So make it clear and concentrate too much towards this point. Okay, and then see, dear students, these Rajput dynasties not only given more emphasis to literary work, but also they planned to establish many educational centers. In those times, we could see very, very important educational centers in those times. See, the educational institutions were established in this time only to upliftment of society in those times. Dear students, when we observe all these literary works and educational institutions, we come to a conclusion that this dynasty had given ample scope to the education field. So let us see who were the educational institutions existed in those times. Yes, first thing is Nalanda. What is that? Nalanda. You are very familiar with the word and education institution, Nalanda. Okay. Nalanda. This is one of the educational institutions established by in this time. And then Kashi. Very good. Next thing is Kashi. Thus we feel very happy when we hear these names. And then Vikramashila. Next thing is Vikramashila. And then Ujjaini. Is that Ujjaini? See, etc. So these were the educational institutions, especially established and also received many earlier. Actually, these were established earlier, but again, these educational institutions got many support from these Rajput dynasties. Earlier, these were established earlier. After that, in this time, in the time of Rajput dynasties, in the time of medieval India, we could see that Nalanda, Kashi, Vikramshila and Ujjaini and many other education institutions took support. They got support from the Rajput dynasties in the time of medieval India and political transition. See, that is why in the initial part of the lesson we discussed that the political transition is nothing but what does it mean? Transition nothing but it is a changing of the society. Changing of the society and the way of thinking of the people had been also changed. So, the people in the society, they give more importance to the education and rational thinking, writings, literature, art and architecture. So that is why in this time we can see that we can also say that this medieval time of India we could see the more development of art and architecture as well as educational field. Okay. So dear students, next what we can say that the Rajput kings constructed a spacious fort in Chittor, Mandu, Rajtambur, Jodhpur and Gwalior of North India. Dear student, we can also say that how they gave contribution to the art and architecture. Let us see how. Dear students, these Rajputs not only give an ample scope to the field of literature, but also they give more importance to the development of art and architecture. Let us see how they contributed to the field of art and architecture. The students, while all these dynasties ruling in those times, we could say that the Rajputs especially constructed a very spacious fort in the North India. Usually they ruled more part of North India. Got it? See, in this time, we could see that North India had received more number of fort, the construction of more number of fort in those Rajputs time. See, among them, let us see who are the places. Chittor. First one is Chittor, the place Chittor. Chittor, and then Mandu, and then next one is Ranatambur. What is that? Ranatambur. Next is Jodhpur, and last one is Gwalior. Gwalior. Dear students, these places come in the North India. Especially North India had received more contribution to the field of art and architecture. See, these places got many palaces as well as forts and palaces. We could see more forts and palaces in the field of these areas. Got it? These Rajputs constructed many spacious fort in these places, and then they built palaces, and also they built palaces in Jodhpur, Gwalior and Udaipur. Got it? So these were the places. So thus they gave more contribution to the art and architecture. And then the students, they not only these kings in the field of Rajput dynasties not only called as simple kings, but also they were called as the special kings because they had given ample scope to all the field in those times. See, Gwalior temple, Vimala temple and Vasini temples were built on Mount Abu. All these are beautiful and known for the artistic architectural style. Got it? The Chandelas built Kandaraya temple in Khajuraho. Dear student, in the place Khajuraho, we could see Kandaraya temple. What temple could we see in Khajuraho? Kandaraya temple. Kandaraya temple was built by Chandela small dynasty. Got it? I would like to repeat once again. Gwalior temple and Vimala temple, Luna Maharishi temples were built on Mount Abu. All these are beautiful, known for the artistic architecture. See, these temples had the special artistic architectural style. These temples especially built at Mount Abu in the time of Rajput dynasties. Especially Chandelas built Kandaraya's temple in Khajuraho. You are very familiar with the place Khajuraho. You have heard in the earlier classes. Got it? So this is the contribution of Rajput dynasty to the field of art and architecture. Got it? Dear students, I hope that you understood today's class, especially the Rajput's contribution to the literature, art and architecture. Got it? And I hope that you write the homework and list out all the places of art and architectural places of Rajputs, how they contributed to the field of art and architecture. Got it? Okay, remaining things we will discuss in the next class. Until then, be safe, stay hot in your home. Thank you.